Well, boys and girls, we are back for another round of the fan roundtable. I love doing these things. We've got a bunch of fun friends, and before I introduce everybody, do the whole intro bit. I know there's some worry out there, specifically one friend, Erick, and I just want to put this out there first and foremost. I am, I am okay. I think. I know. I know I did put a video up just not that long ago, maybe 5-10 minutes ago, and it's me interviewing a family of frogs at the DK Wasteland in our pond. I am okay. I don't know. I needed something to do. I needed somebody to cut a promo on, and hey, the family of frogs were just hanging around doing nothing, but they gave me not a damn thing, them stupid bastards.
No, you didn't get any names, nothing?
No, I got nothing out of all 4 frogs. Check it out, Kulik, because there's a little baby frog. I don't think you've ever seen a frog so small in your entire life. Not a damn frog said a fucking thing to me, and it pissed me off.
That's terrible.
This
That's
is
a stressful situation.
This is Stir the Pot without Kincaid. And my very special guests on another round of the fan roundtable. We've got Jim Kulik.
Woo!
We've got Mike Drinkwater. I didn't think he was going to answer, but that's okay. We've got the Prof, Rick Del Santo. We've got the future, Donovan. And then we've got to top this whole soiree, if you will, friend Erick. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you, Don.
Brother Erick, what are you partaking in there, my friend? Is that iced tea?
This was a second iced tea because I spilled the first one doing my unboxing this morning.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
The dogs are in.
Oh, my.
Do I have to go over and do an animal check again?
Yeah, do animal control. I don't know what's going on, man.
Drinkwater. If you leave for like 15 minutes, I'll understand. That means you're going to take some control over this whole pet situation.
Hey, I know where he lives now, so I can go over there if need be.
Just open the door.
Hey, I kind of want to jump in to friend Erick. He did an unboxing today, and he had some kick-ass merch that he put out there. But before we hit the record button, he felt that his unboxing was the shits and a half. I don't think it was the shits and a half. I think you had fun. You did some unboxing. We saw some cool merch. Why don't you talk to us about the unboxing today, my friend?
Oh, it may have not gone as bad as I thought it was, and it was fun for me and my stepdaughter. We had a blast doing it. We recently ordered some stuff, and I got one to support our sister, Big Juicy.
I got it.
First and foremost, got a nice little autographed 8x10 from her as well.
Nice.
Had to support my boys out at 01 USA Northeast and got Crown Zero's shirt. Been dying for that one. And then my sweetheart had done some purchasing from Just Neff, the strategist. And we got 1, 2, 3 here. And then my stepdaughter got one and got a headband and a plush doll that she's already in the other room wearing all the merch and playing with her stuffed animal. So it was great.
Wrestling. That's what we call wrestling right there, my man.
And like I said, I don't know how the Prof does this all the time because I don't know.
I can't tell you
Okay.
how many different takes, how many different times I had to start over. A couple times.
Okay, so now
That's my drink.
friend Erick went live. I kind of jumped in towards the midway or so, and I finished it off. He went live, but Prof, you're saying that you pre-tape them and then put them on YouTube, so you actually do them in a couple takes?
Yep, I usually wait. What? Did you say taped? No.
Yeah. Hey.
I record them and then I edit out the BS. And there's many times I had to start over because I messed up or jumbled over my words the first few times. Now, once that camera goes on, I get real shy. I get nervous.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Hey, Prof, why don't you try something different? Let's do a Facebook Live next time. Give it a little spin. Do a Facebook Live. We'll all make an appointment. We'll do an appointment with the prof. You put up the day, the time, and we'll be there, and we'll do a Facebook Live with the prof. What do you say, man?
Oh, I like that.
I'll be in.
very
Live
big
with the prof.
possibility. That's a possibility. I'm getting 3 items in the next 2 weeks, so it's a very big possibility. So
Yeah. Because I mean, I know we're friends and we like to have fun, but we also like to goof on each other. So I want to see you flub a little bit. Personally, I'm just being selfish.
Yeah, I know most of the time I feel a love from
why
you
not?
guys.
We love you. We love you, Drinkwater. Well, before we hit the record button, you were talking about the no face going on there. What you don't like what Kulik is sporting right there, Drinkwater?
I don't know. I'm just so used to Kulik having the whole beard and mustache goatee thing, and I'm not used to seeing babyface Kulik.
Babyface Kulik.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know something though? It's growing back fast. I didn't shave it down to the skin. I just shaved it down because I usually shave my head every spring and summer. It's kind of like my do in the summer. You know how it is. Eric understands, right, Eric?
Hey, you gotta go with what you got, or don't.
Yeah, you gotta go with what you got. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if you guys use the clippers. What a pain in the butt it is putting those stupid extension things on. I said, screw it.
Oh yeah.
Shave it off.
Wait, now I know where the future took the whole shaving his head from you.
Because that's right. It is coming back, bro. It is coming back. You're fired up.
He's keeping it under the hat.
Future, what you got going on under the hat? How's the bald head going?
Like what you said, it's growing back. It didn't take long, so.
Must be nice to be young.
Are you gonna let the beautiful locks flow, Donovan? Are you gonna let the locks flow?
No, actually, it only took a day for the baldness to grow on me. I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. I feel.
It's manageable, brother.
You watch. He's coming back to the next table. He's gonna be clean. He looks like Stone Cold.
Oh God! What did you do? What did you do,
Oh God!
Kulik?
Oh no! He's gonna pull a Stone Cold.
Oh Jesus Christmas! Look at what you did, Kulik. Oh my God! What do we got? Whoa! Dude!
Wait, is I?
Wait a minute.
Wow!
Wait a second. What? No, wait a minute. Hold on a second. What is that? You took 2 objects out of that refrigerator. What are they? They better be Dr. Pepper or something, mister. What is it? I still can't see what it is.
It's root beer. Relax.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right.
At least
Whoa, Papa. Papa Kulik.
I mean, what did I create? Come on.
You're gonna say he's too young. That's for me, not him.
Mike, I've been telling you were too young since you were 30.
I thought Drinkwater was 20 in his age.
I thought you were older than Drinkwater.
Donovan, did you just take a root beer bath, my friend?
Yes, I did. I'm kind of like cooled down now. If you guys want, I can put on my sauna suit and sweat through this entire round table.
No, you don't.
No, we'll
Nah, you're okay, buddy. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Hey, I mean, I'm open to anything. If you want to throw the sauna suit and do some squats, fight, I don't give a shit.
Oh, come
What are
on,
you doing, Governor?
Oh my God! Oh man!
Oh wow.
Look what you started, Kincaid.
Oh
Hey.
my gosh.
Hey, Prof, do you see this shit? We're gonna get the future doing squats and shit in a sauna suit on the fan roundtable. Oh my God!
Awesome. That's awesome.
Man, oh man. What are you doing, Kincaid?
Oh my God! I can't wait for the camera lady to see this shit. Oh my God!
We're gonna need a wellness check over at the Dwyer house.
Oh my goodness, this is awesome. So obviously, friend Eric, he's got some merch in. The Prof, he's always got merch come flowing in. I ended up getting me some Karen Bam Bam and House of Pain merch in at the same time. I should have sported it, but I just don't like that stiff, brand new shirt feeling. It really just
I'm getting those two in. I ordered those two as well, so they're coming in next week. I think.
Oh,
a couple weeks from both of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Croc, you gotta tell us about that Macho Man shirt, bro. That's intense.
Yeah.
Dude, it came with a loot box I got. So they had like a quarantine set, and this was in there. I was really excited to get this. I got this in a Flair shirt. So
That Flair one is cool too.
yeah, I love that shirt. So I'm glad I got it. But this
Oh my gosh.
Look at that, dude.
Reminds me of
Look at that.
All right.
That is amazing. Oh, my goodness.
Doing jumping jack.
Kincaid.
Yeah.
Go back in time. Okay, go back in time. Do you remember when Backlund was doing the Harvard step test outside the ring for like an hour? There it is, right there.
Aw. I got a rip in my pants.
Oh,
My pants ripped.
Oh my god.
that's gonna let the steam out. That's gonna let the steam out down.
Where?
Hey,
Hey, wait a minute. Where's the
You're on
camera
camera. You're
lady,
on
man?
camera.
He's got to get this guy under control, man.
I have shorts on. It's okay. So.
Okay. Whoa, man. I thought we were this. Look at Drinkwater. You're losing his shit. Oh my God. Now we've got friend Erick. He's sporting Big Juicy. We've got the Prof. He's got some Macho Man. I'm sporting some strong style. I love me some strong style. They got a lot of cool merch. Drinkwater, what do you got going on over there?
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold what? Hey,
What?
Kulik, are you sporting anything specific or?
Nah, nothing specific today. Next week.
All right.
He got his own merch on his hat.
Okay.
I got my own Fuels Connection merch, but you know what I'm saying.
Nice.
Hey,
Donovan.
you know what? I got a question though. What's going on with this? You know, we had a roundtable order supposed to be starting up, and then it kind of dried out, man. We got to get the roundtable merch, brothers.
Dude,
Donovan.
I'm ready. What do we got to do? We got to figure that out. If we have to kick in $20-$30, I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
I'll do it in a
Let's
minute,
do it.
man. Like I said, I got to get two of them though. One for Jimmy, one for myself. Hey,
All right.
Future.
Huh?
Future, what's the status with the roundtable merch, bro?
Oh, I've tried to get people to chip in, and no one's responding to those.
Okay, then
I'm
let's
in, bro. I'm in.
then let's
I'm
do
in.
this.
What do
Okay.
you need? Where do you need it?
Hey, shh. Not here. In the group chat. Let's figure that out. We'll all chip in. You tell us what we got to do. We'll figure it all out. How we have to give you the cash, be it PayPal, Venmo, whatever you got going on. We'll figure it out, and we'll get that merch flowing.
All right, brothers.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Dad, my sauna suit pants ripped.
Uh-oh.
Okay. My dad just said wear shorts under it. I'll be okay.
Okay. Yeah. We don't want nothing hanging out of the sauna suit. Damn.
I mean,
Put the mouse back in the house.
Yeah. Put the mouse back in the house.
that's like rated R show. That's the rated R.
my god.
Oh no, that's what we don't want. That's
No.
not what the table's about. No. Man, did we
We are off the rails today, gentlemen.
we escaped a very dangerous situation right there, my friends. Hey, Prof, what you wearing? We were all talking about the gear we're wearing. What are you wearing today?
The Macho Man shirt.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, Donovan. I'm sorry. I mixed it up. Donovan, what are you wearing today? I'm sorry, my.
Oh, I got my Nico Silva t-shirt on.
Oh, nice.
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 That is the uncrowned heavyweight champion wherever he'd be. That guy's got so much talent. He reminds me so much of The Rock. It's scary.
He's
Yeah.
the current top rope promotion champion. Heavyweight title.
And he's been the top rope promotion champion for quite some time now. He's had a good reign going on at the top rope promotion. That's a fun time up there, man. And the previous champion, Teddy Goods, I love Teddy Goods. Now, that whole storyline with the Teddy Goods and the Nico Silva thing, when Nico Silva won the championship, I tell you, man, I love seeing that whole thing go down. Nico Silva's been running that championship for a while now. Donovan, you've interviewed Nico not once but twice, haven't you, sir?
Yep. One, he was the first ever interview back in March of last year, and now the second time was this morning. So.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. So you got a nice.
I'm telling you, man, the future is really getting futuristic, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
I have, if you guys want to know a little secret of who's supposed to be on the show in the upcoming weeks, Jeff Cannonball, he's interested. If the deathmatch wrestler.
Wow.
We just have to set up a time. Matthew James, he's gonna do a round 2. Bobby Ocean.
Wow.
Oh.
And there's another one.
Mr. X.
No, it's Don Kincaid's favorite, the Warden.
Oh, no.
I think we lost Kincaid.
Kincaid
gotta
fainted. Go. Aren't those
Kincaid,
the
are
dudes
you
that,
still
like,
with us?
Are you shitting me?
Oh, there you go.
Monday night.
Kincaid, aren't those dudes that, like, isn't the Warden that little dude with the mask on that was on a couple weeks ago with us? Did
Yeah.
he, like, chloroform you and throw you in the back of a car or something?
No, that was his wife. She hit me over the head with a shovel and then threw me in the trunk.
No.
Yeah.
I have to comment that your interview with the future was outstanding. That was a great interview.
Oh, thank you, man. We had some fun.
Yes.
That was for sure.
That was excellent. And Erick's was excellent, too. Hey, I got
Yeah.
a question for, hey, you know what there, future? You got, to my left, you got to interview the DW and the prof, brother.
He interviewed me.
He already did the prof.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
He already did DW.
Oh, all right. Sorry, man. There's been so many interviews that I missed it. You know what I'm saying? Man, he's on a roll, man. It's like his chin hair's growing in too fast, quicker than DW's.
Hey, what the hell, Kulik? You're not following the Bootios wrestling fan channel on YouTube?
I do follow it, but I have to say, the future, it's time for a new name for that show, bro. We got to get you a new name. It's time, baby.
I thought the Perspective is our podcast name.
It is, but you got to change that name to that other one, bro. You're too professional now, bro. That was okay when you first started. It's time to evolve, my brother.
But I like Bootio's Boy Wrestling fan. Bootio's Boy is always the first. He's the first one.
Change it up to BB or something, bro.
No, we'll think about it.
BB for life.
I'll get back to you on that.
My people will get back to you on that.
Oh, man.
Take it under
the prof, you said you've got some stuff coming in the next couple weeks. Do you have one of those cool little crates that you've been getting in with a bunch of little stuff in it, or just like separate merch?
Well, I usually get my 2 subscription boxes are coming in next week and the week after. The loot and the crate, and then I got some other pro wrestling tees items that I bought.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can tell you what's in those, but that's going to be exciting. So,
nice.
I watched the video, so I'm not going to tell you what's in that one.
Yeah. No, I didn't want you to indulge the information because that's what you want. You want that little teaser. That's what we were trying to do, a little teaser, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get our surprise guest. What I'd like friend Erick to do is talk about when he was on doing his Facebook Live today, doing the unboxing with his stepdaughter. I thought that was fantastic. And she had merch that she got herself and stuff. Talk to us about doing it with your stepdaughter because I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I needed to involve her in it because some of the items were for her birthday, so she needed to be a part of it. And, you know, she's my partner in crime when it comes to wrestling. She
awesome.
Always loved it. So, you know, I wanted her to be a part of it, and seeing her face when she got to see what was coming out of there for her, you know, being a surprise and everything lit right up.
Oh, I hate to interrupt, but look who we have as our very special surprise guest. The one half, she's co-owner of PWACT. It's Kara Scarfo.
Hello.
Well, hello.
Hey.
I don't think I know anyone here, actually. So, besides Don.
Hey, I think you might know the prof. He goes to all the PAPW stuff.
Maybe I've seen people from shows. That could be.
Okay, so I'd like to introduce everybody
nice to meet
to
everybody.
Carrie. Now, I did this specifically because I knew that probably everybody wasn't familiar with Kara Scarfo, and I wanted to be able to introduce one of our fine local promoters to some new fans, get her company and her name out there a little bit more, and get her introduced to more people. So we have Mike Drinkwater. Say hi to Miss Kara Scarfo, sir.
What's happening?
Hi, Mike.
We have Jim Kulik. Say hi, Mr. Kulik.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
We have Erick Hunting. Say hi, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
We have the future Donovan. He does interviews. He's an awesome kid. You should maybe hook up with him. Donovan, say hi, sir.
Hi.
Hi, Donovan.
And then not least the best at the very end, we've got the prof. We call him the Professor, Rick Del Santo.
Hello.
Hi, Rick. I'm like trying to follow my screen because I see circles and I see everybody else. So I'm just trying to follow who's who. So
That's okay. It's a lot of fun when we get too many people in here because I think too many people almost is even more fun because then it's like we get so much even more opinions, so much more input, insight on different things on the subjects that we talk of. But basically, Kara, what we do is we just we talk our favorite promotions, we talk our favorite talent, and we just talk WWE. It doesn't really matter, but we kind of like stride on the independent stuff. And I thought you would have been a perfect candidate to come in as a surprise guest. Not only is Miss Scarfo our surprise guest, but we have a promoters roundtable coming on Tuesday, and it is going to be amazing. And I can't wait. We're getting some of the fine local promoters all together to do what we do right here, but promoter style. So I'd like to actually take the spotlight and put it on Miss Scarfo. You actually brought that to my attention as an idea, and we kind of started bouncing some stuff off of each other. What brought this whole thing on? Because I think it's a fantastic idea.
It honestly just came to me. For some reason, I was thinking about the stuff that you do, like all the interviews and stuff like that, and like the fan ones that you do. And I just thought to myself, like, it would be actually really cool to get a few promoters together and just kind of talk. I mean, especially like right now when none of us can run and, we're probably all sitting around, trying to figure out like what we can do, what we can book, what the fans would want to see, how we're going to accommodate the fans when we finally do get to, get everything back and going. And I just don't know, just thought it would kind of be a cool idea. And the fact that a lot of people think promoters don't get along too, I think it might, show that we can. So
I think, you know what, that was the biggest part of the whole thing that intrigued me the most, because I found that I thought that was a stigma as well, that promoters don't get along across the board, but it was very easy to get 4 or 5 on board to make this all happen. So with that being said, I think that stigma might be really out there, but it's really not, because we've got some together so quite easily, and I think we're going to have a really good time. And my idea behind this is to be able to push A, the promoter, B, the promotion, and C, the talent that are under the umbrella of each promotion. And I am so excited to be able to talk about all of those things, just because, you know what? Wrestling is so intriguing to me, and we get to talk about so many things just from angles left and right, because once we start talking, questions just kind of come up, and things just keep rolling along. Now, Ms. Scarfo is the co-owner of PWA. Could you tell us who the other part owner is with you, please?
I don't know if the other guys have heard of him, but Joseph Von Schmidt is the other owner. He and I have had the company together since 2002. We took a few years off. We started back up in 2010 with our school in New Haven, eventually had the school in Cheshire too. And then PWA was doing our Friday Night Fights for, I think over 2 years it was. And then the last year was me on my own running it all by myself. Because, well, with him remotely, with Von Schmidt running it remotely with me too, but me physically here doing everything with the school and the company. So
we would have some fantastic times. Has anybody on this round table, I'll go around to everybody. Mr. Drinkwater, have you ever heard of PWA?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever
one of the places that I want to check out eventually this year, or by next year I want to check a couple shows out from them.
Okay. Now they did kind of the Cheshire venue, if you will. They kind of left there, took a hiatus. They're coming back. The schedule is supposed to be late summer, early fall, all depending on what's going on with this stuff. So they're going to be making a comeback to Connecticut because there has been a show that was already supposed to be done in Georgia. So they were going to start in Georgia, then bring it back to Connecticut. Mr. Kulik, have you ever heard of PWA at all?
I have heard of it. Now, you guys have said you're based out of Cheshire. Where exactly is Cheshire, like reference to like Hartford?
We were based out of Cheshire. That's where we had our school. The shows that we are going to do now are going to be venue shows. So we're going to go to different venues. But I want to stay in the same general area, which is basically like central Connecticut. So probably like 25, 30 minutes from Hartford, I would say.
Oh, cool. That's not far.
Yeah, not far. No, if anyone goes to PAPW, I mean, I'm probably going to be in the same general vicinity. They're mostly like, East Hartford, New Haven, kind of that, East Haven, New Haven kind of area. And I want to go like Hamden, kind of Cheshire kind of area, which is like maybe 20 minutes from those areas. So.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Can you name some of your talent so I have an idea if we've seen them our way?
Sure, of course. Right now, as far as champions go, our main champion is Sebastian Cage, which I know he's been at some of the PW shows. He's a great talent.
Yeah, I've seen him before. Yep.
Yeah. One of our other champions right now is Steve Pena. He's also another great talent. He was supposed to, I think he did a few of the PAPW, maybe their Friday shows. Okay. Yes. Dickie Moon, he was trained at our facility, so he's one of our homegrown talents. Moonshine McCready, same thing with him. I'm trying to think who else. Xander Litt, Nathaniel Carr, those guys also came out of our place. We very much like to bring in talent from like the New York area too. So we had a lot of guys like that came out of House of Glory. Like we had like Montequilla, who's one of their biggest guys that they have right now too. Like he was one of our main guys. I definitely still want to have him come back. Trying to think of like guys up here, but like I said, like Dickie Moon was homegrown for us. He was one of our, he's a close friend of mine, but he was one of our main guys because when Von Schmidt left, he actually took over as like his like little protege, like his like trainer for us too.
Maybe I can help you out a little bit, Miss Scarfo, because I'm seeing some of the shows that I've been to.
Yes.
We saw the likes of not only Hippie Dickie Moon, but we had Moonshine McCready. He was a staple there. We had Dan the Man. He was a staple there, unfortunately.
Bull Dread, one of my best friends.
Bull Dread was there as a regular. We had Jimmy Limits was showing up there quite often. Yes. Mm-hmm. We had Damian Darko. He was showing up there a lot. We had Matthias Glass. I loved Matthias Glass. That whole character was amazing. So we had so many fun times at PWA, a lot of names. And that's just to name, that's not even just the tip of the iceberg, if you will, of how many names came and went in and out of PWA that really tried to, broaden their horizons, spread their wings, if you will, and went to PWA. Evander James was another great one that was there. So many great, fantastic names that were in and out there. Now, the Prof, have you ever heard of PWA or and I know you've heard a bunch of these names that we're talking, but have you ever heard of PWA specifically?
Yes. I'm actually in Hamden, about 5 minutes from Cheshire, like right there. And so by the time I started going to shows again, you guys were already gone because I took a few years off from going to shows. But I remember hearing about some shows, towards the end before you guys took a break.
Hopefully we'll get you to come when we run in the fall.
Now, Mr. Hunting, I know most of you guys are up in the Massachusetts area, so that's where most of these guys are from. Kara is up in the Mass area. Now, Eric, have you ever heard of PWA?
I know of PWA through Center Ring, Fogman. You know, we all know that Fogman is a huge fan of PWA and the Friday Night Fights.
He's always been a great supporter.
You know, I learned from him and from Don. I learned about PWA and the concept of, you know, heels on one side, faces on the other, and all that. I'm in. I just wish you weren't so far away, but I'm the one who's in Central Mass, not Central Connecticut. So
It'll be worth the drive, I promise.
Now, Donovan, you like to hear about new places and new people. We mentioned a bunch of names. Some you might be familiar with, some you might not be familiar with. But PWA, as friend Eric was saying, is such an amazing, unique company for a couple reasons. And I'm going to throw them at you, and then I'd like to get a little something from you. They take the heels, put them on one side. Take the face, put them on the other side. And the crowd would actually follow suit. The ones that would cheer for the good guys would go on the face side and vice versa, okay? Not only that, but they would draw random numbers. So you would see a line of guys on both sides of the ring, and then they would call off number 3 against number 8, we'll say. And then they would kind of do this thing. Nobody ever knew who was going to fight who. Not even the wrestlers knew who they were going to fight. It was such a cool concept, something totally different and unique that was part of wrestling that we've never seen. Now that I've kind of described it, and it's a very intimate setting, might I add, but now that I've described it, and I know it'd be quite the drive probably for you specifically, but maybe when they do the traveling things, it might be a better drive for you. The concept itself, is that something that would intrigue Donovan to go check out?
Definitely. I mean, to call numbers and you don't know who you're going to face and who's on, like, if you know who's going to be there, but you don't know who they're facing. That's pretty interesting. It would be cool to see. Definitely. I would check it out.
And not only that, for the night event, you only pay $5. It's $5 to see all of these beautiful names. Now, Miss Kara, we've kind of made round robin here about the PWA, trying to introduce, see who didn't know about it. Now, PWA was in Cheshire, Connecticut, but your reach was all over the place. You guys were getting people in from like New York City, New York State. Could you kind of tell us your reach of how, you were getting some of your talent?
I mean, the majority of the talent was hearing about us, and they would reach out to us. The first year we ran every single week. So that was every single week having to bring in potentially different talent. I mean, what we did the first year was whoever we did a little concept where whoever won that Friday would advance on to the next week. So if Dickie Moon won his match, he'd automatically be on the next show. So we potentially only needed to bring in 5 new people if they could make it the next show. Which was kind of cool. But I mean, we had people reaching out for like all over. I mean, I had people from Texas. We had Leo Rush reach out to us to come work for us at one point. I remember one of my favorites, and you gotta forgive me, sometimes my mind goes out.
That's okay.
Have you met
So do ours. Don't worry about it.
Grimes. I forget his name right now, but he was from DC. I mean, he came up from DC to wrestle for us. We had guys from Canada one weekend come in, to wrestle for us too. And what was good too with Von Schmidt was that a lot of the guys knew him. So initially it was a lot of the guys like that he knew because he would travel down to Pennsylvania, down different places that would contact us through him. But then, once he was gone, if they would contact him, then he would direct them to me, or they would just direct right to the PWA page, which then I would get to respond to. But we literally had people contacting us from all over just to come do the Friday shows because they were just a really fun, cool concept. And like, I even have like Montekia, like I was saying from House of Glory, like he thanks me all the time because he said it was such like an important part of their growing factor because because they're literally wrestling people like on the fly, like all the time, like I'm going to wrestle this guy suddenly. And like, this week I can, do this, next week I might be doing something different. And it was, and so we did typically try to do heel versus face, but it was random draw. So if two of those faces had, the numbers that got drawn, we had, Moonshine versus Dickie, I think more than once, so it was just the people that contacted us and that we, like the ones that we did reach out to, that we brought in, it was just such a wide variety. It was so good. It was honestly, it was like, I want it back. Like those Friday shows, I would love to have back.
Yeah. Now, would you do them on, like you said, they're going to be a traveling show? Would you do it once a month, or how would you kind of situate that whole thing?
The one I do in the fall is going to be like a bigger show for us. Like before we started the Friday shows, we did like actual venue shows, like bigger shows, like, you see PAPW, TOS running and stuff like that now. I still want to try to incorporate some of the Friday night stuff into it if I can. So I kind of want to bring our concept into it that way too. I'm working on that at the moment to see what I can figure out. But those will be done. I'm hoping right now once in the fall, and then from there I'm going to see where I can go from that. But I mean, if I had my own place consistently again, I would do the Friday night shows every week in a heartbeat again. So
now, Mr. Del Santo, you're hearing the description of the uniqueness of this company alone, and on top of that, all of these fantastic names that I know you're familiar with. Hearing all of this stuff, can you not wait for PWA to come back? I mean, just to check out the uniqueness of the concept.
Oh, I definitely want to check it out for sure. Absolutely.
Have you ever heard of anything like that? Because you know yourself a lot of wrestling, not only in the United States, but abroad and such. And there's a lot of unique concepts all over the world. Have you ever heard of anything like this at all?
No, that's definitely very unique. I've never heard of anything like that before, and I'd love to check it out.
Now, it's really cool, too, because now say it's wrestling, art is subject to change. They would, like Mr. Donovan said, they would put out a list of people, but not who they were going against because of the random number thing.
Right.
But if somebody can't make it, then we, the fans, would actually win on some of that stuff because, like Miss Scarfo said, now you're picking odd numbers and you have to make a triple threat. Or maybe make another match. Instead of 5 matches, we would get 6 matches. Or somebody else would show up that would get put on the bill. And man, we would have some great times. Now, Drinkwater, we talk about the nice, tight intimacy of indie wrestling. PWA, my man, very small. You walk in, it's got about, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 chairs set up with a ring inside of a room. They got a little bit of merch area set up. There's a little concession stuff. It's a one-shop stop right there. It's wrestling. What else would you want in wrestling? You've got a little bit of food, you've got some merch, and you've got the whole ring and the ambiance right there. Now, PWA, how did you hear about it?
Well, I was obviously through Fogman. I see him post stuff on Facebook and stuff. So mainly through Facebook, I heard from it, and I saw like some of the videos he posted and stuff, and I really was like, wow, I want to check them out, and I definitely am going to check them out, and I like the whole like that concept they have. It kind of reminds me of back in WCW days when they had the Lethal Lottery, where they would pull names and you don't know who's going to be your tag team partner and you don't know who you're going to face and stuff. So I kind of like that concept and how they don't know who's going to be facing who.
Yeah. No, I think that was probably one of the best things. And that initial magnet that drew me right to it, a couple things, because it was very intimate. And the whole uniqueness, because I was hearing the description, I go, you've got to be shitting me. I've never heard of anything like this before, Now, Kulik, you asked Miss Scarfo about some of her talent. She named off some. I named off some. You're very familiar with many of those names. Would you, and I know it's a drive, but all depending on where she ends up, if it's maybe 20, 25 minutes outside of Hartford, or even if it's a little bit closer, would you maybe hearing the concept, the names and stuff on the roster, would you be interested in checking out the PWA?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got to think back to the days when my son and I were driving all over New England trying to find shows. That's how we got so familiar with so many of the different talents. Sounds like a great concept. I mean, I work in East Windsor anyway, so a few more miles after that, if it's on a Friday, it wouldn't be a bad gig at all. That's great. And that's great that you're doing that because, us as wrestling fans are always looking for something new and something fresh. And your promotion has to experience the Woo Crew.
The Woo Crew? I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah,
you'll find out.
So Miss Scarfo, this is the deal. Now, I call him the ringleader of the Woo Crew. Okay. Now, the Woo Crew is about 4 or 5 guys deep. They come in. They're definitely wrestling fans. They're a bunch of friends. They come in, and you will not mistake where the Woo Crew is at any show. It could be a civic center of 15, 16,000 strong. You will know exactly where the Woo Crew is because they are loud and proud wrestling fans, and they make a show so much more fun because they come up with fun little chants on their own. They do their own cool little thing, and I think you'd really enjoy them at the PWA show.
That's one of the best parts. Like as a promoter, is like getting to see the fans like enjoy like what you put together and stuff like that. So that I would love that. So
yeah, we're definitely a unique bunch. No two ways about that.
Can I ask everyone a question?
Yeah.
So based on like I mentioned some of our talent and Don's talked about some of our talent. If everyone were to give me one person who you'd like to see me bring in, who would you say? From everybody.
Go ahead, Erick.
Okay, hold on. Let me get control of this one. Mr. Yeah. Donovan, you speak first. Who would you like to see come into PWA?
Well, the shirt that I'm wearing, Nico Silva. He's a hell of a
Nico Silva, nice. Great talent. He's a top rope promotion champion right now, Miss Scarfo.
Okay.
Now, friend Erick, I already got some ideas on who you'd like to see, but why don't you throw it at him?
I'll go right to the top of the list. Logan Black.
We did have him once or twice. Actually, we had him a few times. And I'd love to bring him back in. Very nice guy, very talented. So,
is there an alternative, friend Erick? Is there an alternative you might want to see in PWA?
He's pretty close with Logan Black. This guy right here, Just Neff, the strategist.
We had him also too, so I would definitely bring him.
All right, well, his whole damn crew. Bring it all back up. All right. This one right here.
Big Juicy.
We really never had women, so I would like to start to bring women in, and that I've seen her before, so that's okay.
There you go. All right.
Thank you.
Now we're rolling.
Okay.
The Prof, Rick Del Santo, you've got many names, I'm sure, up in that brain of yours. Who would you like to see come into PWA?
Really, talking about women, why not Karen Bam Bam?
I would love to bring Bam Bam in. I would love to.
Oh, she's awesome. I love her.
Yeah. Oh, man. We're getting some fantastic names are coming out. Mr. Drinkwater, what you got?
Well, I know it's going to be an unpopular decision with you, Kincaid.
Oh,
no. Elijah 6.
Oh, my. Okay.
So Elijah 6 was one of our students when we closed, and you could guarantee you're going to see him in PWA. So I love the whole firm concept. Sorry, Don, but I do love that.
At least I'm not the only one.
Same thing with Sammy. Sammy Diaz started at our school too. So I'm very proud of both of those two. So I definitely want them in PWA.
I have one more too.
Sure.
Dirtbag Dan.
Okay.
Dirtbag Dan.
Definitely no Dirtbag Dan. So.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a character. Holy cow, Miss Scarfo. That is a character right there. We are finalizing this whole thing. Mr. Kulik, I know you probably got like 18,000. Why don't you give us two? Give us two.
I'm going to give you the greatest tag team of all time, the Closers.
Closers. Who is in the Closers?
Big Bacon Brad Hollister and Sexy Jesus Hammer Tunis.
Okay, I'd like to bring both of them. So awesome. Okay.
Ooh, the best tag team of all time. You know what you have to also do?
What's that?
The greatest hidden gem of managers in the world of wrestling, Mr. Joey DiNucci.
Well, see, we didn't have a lot of managers with Friday Night Fights because it was a little harder with the concept around the ring. But he is, I've seen him quite a few times, and he is a great manager.
He's amazing.
That I do have to say.
That guy should be booked in every promotion in the area. None better.
And with as far as tag teams go, we would actually have specific tag team weeks. So we would like, if Dickie Moon advanced, he could be in a tag team that week. Like we'd bring in his partner, that kind of thing. But we would do specific tag team weeks. So that would work.
Now, Miss Scarfo, you do this this tournament. Could you talk about the tournament that you bring to the table? Because again, it's another unique factor of PWA.
The tournament that we've had since basically the beginning has been our Tough 8 tournament. And basically what we do is a different concept around it every time we run it. A different concept that brings the candidates in, I guess you could say. Like when we had the Friday Night Fights, we did it a little different, as in we would do 4-man matches. And whoever won that 4-man match would advance on to the actual Tough 8. And then we'd become down to the Tough 8. And I think the way we did it last time was I think it was, and I'm trying to remember because it's been a few years and getting older. But I think it was basically the people that advanced on. Basically, it was like 4-on-4, 4-on-4, and then the people that advanced into the final two that won those 4-on-4s became the final two, and then those final two won. And the last one that won it was Montekia. It was Montekia versus Sebastian Cage, which was actually a great feud. That was my favorite feud that we had in all of PWA ever. But that's who won it last. So when we do Tough 8, it definitely will be something different that brings those final 8 competitors to the table for us. And when I do run again in the fall, I actually have a new tournament that I want to introduce too, which I'm not going to give too many details about it because I'm still kind of finalizing them. But I'm big on the tournament kind of thing. I like to kind of like spotlight, people or individuals and stuff like that for their talent too. So,
is there a prize? Oh, go ahead, Eric.
I got a quick question. Is there any way you can come to Barry, Massachusetts tomorrow and run a show? Because I want this stuff in my backyard right now.
Do you have a ring?
Can you pretend there is?
Sorry, I'm not that good.
Everything that you're talking about, I just want to see it. I want to see it right now. I mean, we're all jonesing for wrestling anyways.
Exactly.
But everything that you're talking about is just different. A little, just in some way, shape, or form is different. That I'm excited about it, and I haven't ever seen one of your shows other than what I've seen on Center Ring. And I just want to see it now.
So me and Von Schmidt, we have a very good working partnership with the company, and we always have such good defined roles. And he's not that I don't have like obviously a say in the creative part of it, because I do, because a lot of the show that's coming about in the fall, everything about the show that's coming about in the fall is going to be my concept. But I mean, obviously with him collaborating, but I mean, he came up with the whole Friday Night Fights concept. We came up with the Tough 8 stuff together. But like we've just had such a good like way of working together that like, and he's when he first came up with the Friday Night Fights, I've told Don before too, I wasn't even for it. I was just kind of like, no, I don't think so. And then I found I was like, let's just do it. And it just went so well. So, yeah, worked well.
I sense that you have a passion for the business. I can just see it in the way that you're talking, and it's refreshing. It's so great.
I've been around for about 20 years now. So
yeah, that's just a refreshing thing to see, that you got that passion for the promotional aspect of it too. It's great.
I do, and I very much run it professionally. I believe that how we run it is how it's going to be like portrayed like everywhere. And I don't like to make it look shoddy. I don't like to make it look like we're running some like little things. So that's why when we come back, I know like there's going to be guidelines and there's going to be this and that, and we got to run everything as, as close as we can, as professionally as we can. So.
Now with the tournaments, you've already talked a couple of the titles, but with the tournaments, is there any prize for the winner to go through this concept of the tournament? Is there a trophy? Is there a drinking glass? What do we get at the end of this?
The Tough 8, we actually have a huge trophy for the Tough 8 that we have a little plaque that everyone's name gets put on. And I've actually decided that what I want to do going forward is keep the main trophy, but obviously we don't have like a facility, a school anymore to really house it. So I want to do like the big, trophy with their name engraved on it, but I also want to give them their own little separate trophies too. So like I might try to get one made up for Montekia, so he has one. Some of the old people too, and going forward, like when we do the next one, I want to do it that way too.
What a cool idea.
Do you guys do TV tapings or no?
We haven't. A lot of our matches are up. I'm trying to get more up on YouTube now. We're contemplating whether we're going to do any sort of live streaming when it comes to the shows. I'm not sure yet. It depends on the facility and our capabilities at that time. But we haven't done any real TV tapings at this point.
If you need an interviewer, that young man right there is going to be the best at what he does. That guy right there with the hat on, that's the future right there. An unbelievable interviewer.
I will definitely remember that. Thank you.
I was actually going to be going to the future because with everything that's been talked about PWA, the concepts from the face to heel, the random numbers, the tournaments, the whole thing, everything from top to bottom is very unique, and I love PWA to pieces. With everything that's been said right now, Donovan, do you have any questions that you would like to actually ask Ms. Scarfo at all?
Not that I can think of. Kind of like what Erick said earlier, he wants to see it like right now. Definitely interested, and I want to see it right now. It's a very cool concept. And
I want to run it right now, so we're all in kind of the same boat, and maybe different ends of it, but kind of going the same way. So
now imagine, Donovan, being able to go, and I know it might not be the same way as it was, but just take it back a little bit of time. Imagine being able to go to wrestling every single Friday, man, and always know that wrestling's going to be there every single Friday with maybe some of the same talent, but different talent. I mean, man, we had some really good times at PWA. Wouldn't that be just amazing, Donovan?
Yeah, it is. And especially in New England, you can always find a wrestling promotion running during like the week. There's one everywhere, and especially if there's one weekly, it's an awesome thing.
Now, Prof, with all of this being said, you have quite the intellect, if you will, of wrestling. And now we've talked a lot of cool names, local talent names. There's been even some names that have gone through PWA, maybe a few that have actually made to the bigger platforms, making, as they've come through and hit that big stage. She even talked of a Leo Rush coming down and stuff like that. Now, do you like seeing the talent when they come up like that through the independent scene, or do you like to see them kind of already on the big stage?
I think when they make it to the big screen, it's like they work their asses off for years to get there. So a lot of those guys deserve it. You know what I mean? They work their way up there, and it's a lot of fun to see them on TV.
Where you are?
TV.
I agree.
Like, I love watching Cesaro every week on my television because he would work around here. Many years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guys like
and we had like a lady like Sasha Banks, who was a staple around here as Mercedes for a while.
Long time, yeah. Good amount of time.
Yeah. So I mean, I love seeing them come up from the beginning, or even if they're a year or two deep, like, and I know you guys, Mr. Drinkwater, you threw out the Elijah 6. I hate saying those two words together, but you did mention him because, hey, you got to give the kid the due because he's a good talent. And he started as a student at PWA. PWA closed. He found a different place to train at. He found Texas Strength Wrestling with Slick Wagner. And now look at him. He's a character in a faction along with the firm, the Sammy Diaz, the Jay Bricks, and the Richard E. Stone. I mean, holy cow. Seeing these young guys come up. Now, do you like the same thing, seeing the young talent come up, or do you already like to see them on the big stage?
I like seeing them, come up and stuff. It's pretty cool to see some of them where they started and then go to the big stage and everything. Like, I'll throw another name out, Kofi Kingston. He started around
up there.
Stuff, and now to see him a former WWE champion, that's awesome. And I like how to see these guys do that. Like you said, Sasha Banks, Kofi, and all those guys. It's cool. It's just cool to see it.
I agree. I think from my perspective too, like I mentioned Elijah 6 and Sammy Diaz. I mean, also Ryan Frost was one of our students. He started with us way back in New Haven So just like those guys alone, getting to see them, advance onto where they were, and I believe all those guys have enough talent that they will keep advancing too, and they're proving it. So I mean. I love to see it. I mean, sometimes I might get a little disappointed. I'm like, oh no, look at what he did. But like, it's all part of their learning process, And I like to see it. I like to see it too.
Now, you mentioned Ryan Frost, and we did not mention him, and I kind of forget that he's a PWA guy originally. I always think of him as a TOS guy because of the transition.
Right.
But he was a referee back then. That was referee Ryan, if I'm not mistaken. And he used to get jazzed on a lot at PWA. We had a little bit of fun. Now I wish I knew him a little bit closer back then, because I have quite the relationship with Mr. Frost. But I have to point out, everybody on this table, I believe, has a relationship of some kind or is a fan of Ryan Frost in one way or another. Mr. Kulik, can you talk to us about Mr. Ryan Frost a little bit? Oh, he's preoccupied.
Welcome. How's it going? You're on your live show?
Yeah.
Hey, so you're going to have to put everything away because we got to go.
You got yelled at. You got to put your toys away, Kulik.
What? My wife and my niece came in with the groceries. You squawking again, Kincaid?
Hey, Kulik, give us a little bit of something on Ryan Frost.
Oh my God, that guy's like the next future of the business, man. Frosty's awesome. Nobody likes Frosty but me. I'm a Frosty supporter. I mean, okay, Eric, you like him too. All right, but I know there's certain people that don't like him. But this guy, I mean, the guy's the real deal. He's really going. It's amazing, and he's down with Slick. Training with Slick. You can't get better than SWB. I mean, an amazing trainer. You guys got to do an interpromotional thing.
I actually would love that, and I actually wanted to talk to a few of the promoters about that. So
seriously,
that's very cool. Yeah,
the way things are right now, to get everybody back in the game, we should have an interpromotional tournament. That would be awesome.
That's actually one of the things that I wanted to talk about on Tuesday too. So, Don, if I don't remember because my memory's not good, please remind me.
Mine's not the best, but I will remember that little factoid. We got to get that out there.
We'll remember.
Now, friend Erick, talk to us about some Ryan Frost, if you would.
Well, first we go to the same barber, so
I'll be back.
But no, I got to meet him. I was lucky enough to be on, and honored enough to be on Center Ring, and he was the guest. And talking to him on the show was great. His character was amazing. He was, cut a promo on Bull Dread and all this. It was great. But then the cameras went off, and I got to talk to him as a person. He's just a stand-up dude, and
yeah, he's a good guy.
And he didn't know me from a hole in the wall. He didn't even know me as a fan because I don't get to the shows that he works at. And he kind of like accepted me as a buddy, or whatever. And I love Ryan Frost, and I like the way he works. I love his I hate hardcore, but I'll go hardcore and all this. He's a good dude. I like Ryan Frost.
The future, Donovan. Do you know of Mr. Ryan Frost at all?
I've heard of him, but I never seen him at a show. So, yeah.
Well, he's a character and a half. Do yourself a favor. He cuts great promos. That's somebody, my friend. That's somebody you should reach out to. I'll connect you and Mr. Ryan Frost. You guys should really connect. Put him on. Now, Miss Kara Scarfo, Donovan has a list, so you got to kind of wait your turn with this.
It's a moving list.
Now, the future. Not the future. I'm sorry. The Prof. See how I get mixed up? The Prof. Rick Del Santo. You know yourself of some Ryan Frost, don't you?
I'm not incredibly. I'm a little bit familiar with him. We do follow each other on social media, but I've seen stuff on YouTube. But I have yet to see him live on a regular basis.
Now, Drinkwater, he's putting up his hands like, "Hey, I'm a Ryan Frost fan. What are you talking about, Kulik? Why don't you give us some Ryan Frost?"
Are you trying to put heat between me and the DW? Come on, man.
You do that on your own. I don't need to do that.
Hey,
I know where you live.
It's not going to be a
Kulik.
first
I
chin
know
hair
where you
match,
live.
okay?
Drinkwater, give us some of that Ryan Frost.
Well, I just kind of got into him about maybe last year sometime because I started going to the Battlefront. But I'll never forget the one show that I went to. It was in Jewett City. Don, you remember that one?
Oh yeah.
That was a fantastic show. But I remember when I come into the arena, Ryan Frost was one of the first people to come up to me and say thank you, and he shook my hand. And he says, I appreciate you coming to the show and traveling all the way here. And he says, what are you looking forward to tonight? And I told him I was looking forward to the Dirtbag Dan match. And we just started talking about Dirtbag Dan and everything. And he was just one of the coolest guys that I talked to. And he's just really down to earth. And, you know, I really appreciate him thanking me for coming to the show.
You know, I do have to say that about Ryan Frost, Miss Scarfo. You know, he's not really a heel. He's not really a face. I don't want to call him a tweener because that's the last thing I want to call Ryan Frost is a freaking tweener. But I will say when he takes the time to talk to the fans, that's the results you get right there from what Mr. Drinkwater spoke of.
And I mean, I want to say that he started with us back in New Haven many years ago, and something that we always like stressed with the guys was respect. And he was always a respectful guy to begin with. But I mean, I think and Slick definitely like expects that of his guys too, which is nice. Same thing with PAPW; they expect the same thing. But I think that early training, still definitely shows with him too in that respect. So, and I mean, just knowing the fact that he trained under Von Schmidt, and that's a lot how Von Schmidt is too. Like I can kind of see that reflected in him. So,
now before we get out of this whole thing, I would like to go to each person, and I would like to maybe see if there's a question you'd like to ask Miss Scarfo about PWA. Any of the talent, or if you have a question, and I'll try to remember, or I'll get something to write it down for maybe Tuesday's show when we have her with 3 or 4 of the other fine promoters. So I'm going to start with the prof. Do you have a question for Ms. Scarfo before we go, the prof?
I don't have a question, but I am really looking forward to seeing PWA come back into the area. So I'm looking forward to checking out a show.
Thank you. Awesome.
Now, Ms. Scarfo, before we get into too much, why don't you tell us where we can go find PWA on Facebook and stuff?
Yeah, on Facebook and Instagram, it's the same thing. It's PWA CT. I mean, if you look up Pro Wrestling Academy CT, that's also us on Facebook too. But PWA CT will bring you to the same thing. I do have a Twitter for PWA, which I don't use a whole lot, but that's PWA CT1. But that's us on social media. So, and Instagram is updated, pretty decently, not as well, but Facebook is our main source of everything right now. So,
okay. Now the future, Donovan. Obviously, you didn't have a question before, so why the hell would you have a question now? What I'd like to do is maybe connect both of you, Miss Scarfo, Donovan. Maybe you guys can connect with each other, and Donovan could sit with you and maybe do a Skype interview. Is that something we could maybe work out?
I'd like that.
I'll put you.
Yeah. That's where I was going with that. You better bump her up on the list. If she's saying now, right now, she's saying yes. You better bump her on that damn list here.
Don't worry, she's on.
That's right, future.
Ladies
Better
first.
do it.
Ladies first. That's right.
Now, Mr. Kulik, do you have any questions for Miss Scarfo?
Well, I have 2 questions. First thing is, I think, like I had mentioned before, let's figure out the possibilities of that interpromotional tournament we were talking about. Some kind of concept. You guys work something out on your promoter roundtable. And the second one is PWA ready for the Woo Crew?
Nobody's ready for the Woo Crew.
I don't know. I mean, I think we're ready. And if you knew like the Friday night fights, like when we had the guys, because the wrestlers were so close to the fans that they were just there to interact. Like the 2 best that I can think right now, now you could get me yes or no on this, but Sebastian Cage and Dan the Man, they were always right next to Fogman, right near the crowd, interacting the whole time. Like so. Yeah, I mean, we're ready. I'm ready to see what you guys can bring.
Careful.
And a shout out to the Fog Man, center ring, number
That's
one.
right.
And
Along with
Fogman,
Kincaid
I've
Files.
known him for at least 20 years at this point. So he's very, very, I would say, essential at this point for what independent wrestling is. So
Absolutely. We did, Kulik, I'm glad you said that. The Fogman, a major staple of what happens around the New England area and abroad with wrestling and everything. Love the Fogman to pieces. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for the Fogman. He's got a little piece of what I'm doing right now. And, so we all love the Fogman. He's a staple around here. And I love that guy.
Doesn't get enough credit, Don.
What's that?
He does not get enough credit. The promoters have to reach out to him more. They need to take care of him more because this guy is promoting their shows. So that's a little riff from the Woo guy and the Woo crew. Take care of Foggy, guys.
don't worry, he's always one of the guys I make sure I take care of. He's a friend, so
I know you.
he's taken care of.
Just meeting you today, I can tell you your promotion would take care of him.
We always have.
Friend Eric, do you have a question for Miss Scarfo before we get going?
Yeah, I think so. You've mentioned some of the talent that you've had, in the past. You said guys like Dan the Man and Hippie Dicky Moon. Hippie Dicky Moon. Sorry, I got to say it that way.
He's got to do it. You got to do it.
Certain guys like that. Do you have a cast of characters already in place, or is it? I know we threw names that we would love to see, but and one other thing before I think you answer that. You mentioned Ryan Frost and his promo abilities, and then you were talking that he was trained by Von Schmidt. Did he help him with his promo abilities? Because I've seen some of his promos, and man, that guy he's got something special right there.
We did work on promos with the students. We definitely did. So, we could take some of that credit, but I think Ryan is actually just a natural in that ways. I think he's got a background in I think plays and theater and stuff like that. So I really think in that respect that helped him a lot. And Von Schmidt is great at promos, so I know he picked on some of that, I'm sure too. But I think Ryan has a lot of that naturally in him.
And the other part of that question, Miss Scarfo, was: is there a staple? Do you already have a cast of characters that's already in the waiting, ready to go?
I do. I want to bring in a lot of our old guys, but I am going to bring in a lot of new guys too, because even though we haven't ran for 2 years, I've been around. I wasn't around for a little bit. I took some time off myself. I had my own stuff, but I've been watching, and as of the past year, at least, I would say I've been going to a lot of the shows. So I do see a lot of the newer guys. Like for example, like Nuka. I really want to bring him in. There's some guys from PAPW, like is it Flash Waller? Like I really think he's got a really great future. I would love to bring him in. So there's some new guys in New York that I've been looking at too that I'd like to bring in, and I'm hoping to kind of incorporate some of that with my new concept for a new tournament. So
just one other name that I had just popped into my head.
Definitely.
DL Hurst.
Okay. Yep.
I was thinking DL earlier, the uncrowned heavyweight champion of the world, DL Hurst.
Okay. Well, these are all great. Everything you guys told me, I'm gonna look up everybody and stuff like that too. So that's all great. I love getting new talent. I love being able to do stuff like that. So you guys can message me at any time and be like, oh hey, here's somebody else I didn't message, and I'll check them out too. So okay, you can only message me from 12 to 2. That's it. But
I was about to say, you're about to put a can of cat food outside the back door to some stray cats. You better watch it.
Yeah, 12 to 2, Monday through Wednesday. That's it.
Yeah, I did call you a stray cat. I'm sorry, Mr. Kulik. Drinkwater.
Really?
Drinkwater. Do you have a question for Miss Scarfo?
Well, first, before I ask anything, whatever you do not sign Chris Cannon. That's for you.
I think he's in that same boat with like the firm though. I would like to bring him in too. So
but yeah, I really don't have any questions. It's just I'm really excited to go see a show. I want to go to one really bad. So
awesome. All this feedback is like really like extra encouraging, I feel. So thank you guys all for that.
Oh, we're not blowing smoke. So
Just remember,
Yeah.
be Woo Crew ready.
I want to start off by saying, Miss Scarfo, you have been an absolute delight hanging us
Oh, thank you.
with us freak shows. I can't appreciate it enough to coming in on the unknown and not knowing what to expect, but really having a great conversation. We talked a lot of PWA. That was my main focus of bringing you in, introducing
Thank
you to
you.
some new fans, be able to know Miss Scarfo, PWA, the whole unique concept. And I cannot thank you enough for spending the time with us. I appreciate it.
I thank you, and I thank everybody here too. It was nice to meet everybody, and hopefully I'll get to see everybody, soon and get to know everybody better too. So
Now, you don't realize I'm the king of the nicknames. Right there, that lady, we're going to call her the Passion.
the passion.
Awesome. I love it.
I like it. I like
The
it.
Passion right
Thank
there.
you.
It's so cool hearing somebody so into it. It's great.
Thank
One
you.
of my favorite guests.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thank you.
Good job, Kincaid.
Hey, that's what we do on the
Appreciate that.
that's what we do on the fan roundtable though, Miss Scarfo. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs.
Has
We
been
may
fun.
throw some jabs out and stuff, but it's all about fun, wrestling. And not only that, we give each other a lot of love. And
Good.
hey, we just need a lot of that right now because the world is so topsy-turvy right now.
Mhm.
So, we just kind of share a lot of love with each other and have a lot of fun. And that's what it's all about,
It is. I'm definitely all for that. So that's I like I like that concept, and it kind of goes along with what I'm all about too. So very much for that.
Roundtable family for life.
And,
You guys.
Hey, guys, I'm gonna put this out here. This roundtable, I really enjoyed after the crappy week I had at work. This really boosted me up and made my day.
Awesome.
that's what it's about, Mikey.
I have to say this is definitely like a highlight of my week for me too at this point. So thank you guys all.
You guys are fantastic. I can't thank you enough for all joining in. And I know I like to bring in wrestlers and stuff as a surprise guest and give a little shock value. But this one I thought would have been amazing, and it turned out just the way I would hope it would. We got to it was absolutely perfect, and I can't thank you guys enough for all of this. So this was stirring a pot with my very special guests, if you will. Donovan can't do that. I've seen him try. Friend Erick, always a pleasure, my man. Thank you so much for coming in, hanging out. The merch was awesome. I love seeing the new merch and your happy face over there. That's amazing. The woo guy himself, Jim Kulik. Thank you, my man.
It's always a pleasure, Kincaid. Roundtable for life, and you brought in the best guest you've had yet.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Awesome.
thank you. It's an honor.
The future, and I know you were a little quiet, but you were taking a lot of information, and I know what you're about. Even though you're not speaking, you're taking it all in, and I appreciate you coming in. Oh, and before you came in, Miss Scarfo, he ripped his spa. He has a spa suit, and he kind of ripped it up. So I hopefully you get that repaired.
My mom
He
just
lost
told me
count.
to put duct tape over it. So
Okay.
she loved the camera lady. Come here.
Duct tape works on everything. So
Yeah, it does.
That's the
Oh,
sponge right there. Oh, wait a minute.
Miss
Wait a minute.
Scarfo, look at this. We have a special guest, Miss Scarfo. This is his camera lady, Donovan's mom. We call
Oh,
her
the camera lady.
Hi.
Camera lady, move over. I can't see you.
Zuba's can.
I know. I'll open the mouth.
Okay. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday.
Yes, you too. Thank you. Love it. I love all of that. Donovan does interviews. His mom holds a camera. They're a fantastic team.
That's
I
awesome.
cannot wait till they get their way in the PWA. It's going to be a lot of fun. Rick Del Santo, I cannot thank you for spending the time with us with that kick-ass Savage shirt. That was a
That's
very
amazing.
cool shirt. You put in a lot of
Thank
cool information. I appreciate it, man.
This was a lot of fun today. I loved it.
Thank you,
The
man.
prof for life.
Yes, the prof. And Drinkwater, dude, I am so glad this made your week, if you will. And I know you have some tough times. We all have some tough times. And that's what these are all about. Even though we're not in the ring, this gives us a little escape to kind of hang out, talk wrestling, and have some fun. I appreciate it, my man.
Not a problem. I appreciate you doing this, Don. I look forward to every time doing it. So thank you, Don.
You will,
Even,
Mikey.
we even Miss Scarfo, he was even crying when the Future tore his spa suit. My man lost his shit. He was actually crying. He was laughing so hard. It was amazing.
I'll have to watch the replay.
And last but
Telling
not
you,
least,
man,
I
you
want
gotta watch out for these two. The Future and Drinkwater, those two are trouble right there. But let me tell you something.
Whoa,
The Future for life.
Whoa. I know where you live, Kulik. Don't start. I know where you live.
Woo.
Oh God. And last but not least, I want to end this with the passion. Kara Scarfo, thank you so much for spending giving us all sorts of PWA information, hanging out with the fans, and we had a fantastic time with you. Thank you so much.
I mean, honestly, like I need to thank you and all you guys. You said that this kind of like fills like a hole. I feel like the interviews and these little roundtables that you're doing are filling such a hole for, I mean, fans, wrestlers, promoters at this time that it's so needed. And thank you for that. So,
is the Roundtable getting national now, Passion?
And I know I said this before, but if I don't, it's not a real outro. This is Turn the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guests. And I know I said that before, the whole Roundtable. Thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing ride today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.